Children.
Want to give you an introduction, that's what I want to do. Right. Welcome to Father Buckley Park Buttevant for the Harty Cup semi-final, Nenagh CBS versus North Monastery. Nenagh CBS today hope to reach their first Harty Cup final in 6 years and go one step closer to capturing the elusive Munster College's hurling title. Nenagh to date have accounted for last year's finalists Lismore CBS and Middleton CBS to reach today's game. A very solid defence with Donald Keogh at full-back, Sean Kennedy at centre half-back. Patrick Hackett at midfield has been a thorough strength, and with accurate forwards Paul Ryan scored at 2-1 in the quarter-final, and team captain Mark O'Leary. Team coaches Martin Slattery and Tony Slattery are quietly confident of a meeting with St. Colman's Fermoy on March the 18th. Northmont today line out minus the services of one of their top players, George O'Callaghan, who is now playing soccer with Port Vale in England. Centre forward Toe Halpine, his brother of Sealers, Cork star Sean O. Cork club in the Piercek have 3 players on the on side this afternoon: Jason Maloney and Garrod Cotter in defence, Stephen O'Connell at midfield. Under coach Jerry Kelly, this famed hurling nursery carries the favourites tag. Northmont last met Nenagh CBS in 1989, with the former victorious after a replay. The referee for this game is John Sexton from Limerick. One of his linesmen is Pat O'Connor on this side of the field from Limerick. I'll tell you the linesman as soon as I spot him in a moment or two. The whistle, the throw in, and the game is underway. Nenagh CBS gets it across to his midfield partner, Damien Burke, and the referee has awarded the first free of the Harty Cup semi-final. A throw-in, actually, it is on the far side of the field. The conditions ideal, pitch a little bit soft down the centre. That ball sent in towards Johnny Slattery at full forward. Picking it up is the number 10, John Ryan, the man from Port Row. Getting it out to the far side of the field. The corner forward is Paul Ryan from Tipperary, scorer of 2-1 in the quarter-final, sending it high, and that's the opening score. It is from Paul Ryan. Aidan O'Driscoll, the man from the Delaney's club in Cork, with the puck out towards the centre of the field. Picked up on the far side of the field by the midfielder Stephen O'Connell, sends it up towards the far corner of the field. Cleared up by the wing back. That's Hugh Flannery, and the ball referee awarding the free for the late challenge on Flannery, so it's a free out to Nenagh CBS. Wing back, Hugh Flannery, sending that ball up along the far sideline towards the corner forward position. Defending on the far side of the field, Pat Harrington of the Blarney Club sending it back towards the wing forward position. Mark O'Leary, wearing number 13, playing in the right half forward position, gets the ball into the centre towards Patrick Hackett. Sending the ball towards this side of the field. Pushing off the ball with the referee, leaves advantage. Hackett in the centre of the field, battling for it there, not getting it. Comes back towards this side of the field. Oh, Halpine gets a stick to it. Sends it up towards the centre half back for Nenagh, Sean Kennedy. Sends it down towards the far side of the field. Going very close to the end line. Gone out over the end line and wide. Aidan O'Driscoll's puck out towards the centre of the field, trying to get a stick was Damien Burke. Halpine for Cork, battling for him, not getting it. Across towards this side of the field, picked up on this side of the field by, looks like Dennis Moynihan, and getting it out to the field, out towards the centre. Nenagh CBS get it back equally.
No, boys.
Ball hopping inside for the forward, but racing back to get it, putting up the pieces is the cornerback. Getting it out, that's Gerard Cotter, Garrod Cotter out to the far side of the field. Good work by the Northmont players to get the ball in towards the full forward. Donald Keogh backing back there to get it. Here also is the cornerback, Keelan Howard, gets the ball out to the far side of the field. Keelan still battling for on the far side of the field. CBS men try to regroup, succeeding. In possession is Keelan Howard, gets it out towards the centre, towards the wing-back position. Hugh Flannery gets the stick to it, gets it towards his midfielder. And Aero CBS come forward. Through the Aero man is Hugh Flannery. Ball out towards this side of the field, coming off the stick of the corner forward. Back, Dennis Moynihan for Northmont, and the free given away there by Nenagh CBS. Free to the centre half back, Adrian Coughlin, the man who is captaining Northmont this afternoon. there, Sheska Quig made the mark. That one send in towards the goals. Paxton forwards, battling for it inside. First to react is Tony Quinn of Nenagh, the wing back. Gets it along the side of the field, coming very close to the sideline. Gone out over the sideline, and Pat O'Connor raises the flag and indicates a line ball to Northmond. Puck table Lena Hogan. Send it right across the square. David McGrath trying to get a stick to that one. It's the Northmond who are in possession. Trying to make an angle for himself. Can this be the equaliser? It's gone high and it's gone over the bar. The equaliser fallen in from one. It's coming from there, number 12. Brian Hennebury, or Barry Hennebury, sending it over the bar. The puck out towards the centre of the field. Stalemate for a moment. Halpine battling for it there with the centre half-back Sean Kennedy. Kennedy is in possession, turns inside the defender, or the attacker gets the ball up towards the corner forward position, goes in ahead of the cornerback. Picking it up there is the Pat Harrington, the cornerback, and getting it out towards the centre of the field. Out comes the midfielder, Hackett gets a boot to it. The wing back there is Dennis Moynihan. Dispossessed momentarily was the number 10, John Ryan. John Ryan sends it in towards the edge of the square. Johnny Staffley is inside. Players gone to ground inside. And eventually the referee awards the free to Nenagh. $20-metre free to be taken by Mark O'Leary, the captain of Nenagh CBS. High and over the bar, Mark O'Leary the scorer. Doc Colleen left for away the Canoon. Colleen all up for Northmond and Shockley Park. What event? The puck out towards the centre, getting a stick over there was Padraig Hackett. Sending it up towards this side of the field. Racing back to get it is the fullback, who's Jason Maloney, a man who won a minor medal with Cork, the Piercy Club this last year. The ball sent up towards the full-forward position. Battling hard for it there. And trying to get it is Donald Keogh. Loses out to the full forward, Dennis Murphy. And the man from Ahablow gets the ball in towards the full-forward position. CBS defending. Keelan Howard trying to get a stick to it there. Also is Anthony Quinn. Harty putting on this side of the field. The ball flicked up by Donald Keogh, cleared out the field out towards the centre, coming for it. The number 8, Stephen O'Connell. O'Connell in possession, shot half knocked down. That ball took a deflection at the expense of a 65. The 65 to the on is send high, send in, but this one is going to the right and it's gone wide. A missed opportunity there by Aidan Coughlin, the centre half back, to find the target. Talking on score, Malavisha, Golf Colleen, left foot Rowan, Colleen on, left foot O'Corky. Donald Keogh's puck out towards this side of the field, lodging on the 70-metre line. They're stiff as they go for that one. It's picked up by the midfielder, James Hughes, gets it across to the far side of the field, towards the corner forward, Gavin Quinlan. Quinlan tries to get inside the corner back. Still Gavin is actually to the corner, John McSweeney. McSweeney has the shot, a great save by the goalkeeper. A great save by Brian Hogan. The ball still in play on the far side of the field. Flicked in again, Hogan gets a stick for the second time and kicked out the field. Living dangerously, Nenagh CBS, but Brian Hogan standing firm and the ball is cleared out towards the centre of the field. Balls for the corner forward, leaves it instead to the side of the field. It's the Northmond in possession, trying to get home to swing the stick, succeeds, gets the ball towards the side of the field. Up towards there, number 10, Jamie Walsh, and the ball going very close to the sideline, gone over the line. It's a line ball to Nenagh CBS. The sideline cut on his side of feet to be taken by Tony Quinn. Centre half back was Aidan Coughlin trying to get a stick to it, didn't succeed. The ball coming to the full forward, John Slattery. Advantage may be given by John Sexton, but the referee is with the play and with the action, and he's awarding a free to Nenagh. A booking there for the Northmont player. The number 4, I think, Pat Harrington having his name taken. It looks like the number 4 from this distance, but the free is back with Mark O'Leary, scored of a point already. From a free, can this be his second? He's again the left, strikes and sends it between the posts. Mark O'Leary the scorer. As I said, Mark wearing number 13, but playing in a right half forward position, now a centre half forward position. Aidan O'Driscoll from the Delaney's club with the puck out towards the centre of the field. Tashiri Ash in the centre of the field. It's Halpine in possession for Northmont. Toe Halpine trying to get away from the marker. Still a brother of the inter-county stars, Sean Oak, sending that ball in towards the full forward position. Donald Keogh gets a stick to the inside, pushes it out a little bit. A son of the famous Jim Keogh of Tipperary. The ball eventually won by the Northmont men, by their number 10, that's Jamie Walsh. Sends it right across the centre. Shot is blocked down. Battling for it inside. A ruck of players in there. Ball not moving very far. Comes out to this side of feet to Brian Duff, trying to get a stick to it. Dispossessed inside. Loose play at the moment, and that ball sent in. That's the equaliser. Sent high and sent over the equaliser for Northmont. Looks like their number 12. It is their number 12. Barry Kennebury, the scorer of the second point for Northmont. The ball out towards the centre of the field. Set up along the far sideline. Picking it up on the far side of the field is Sean Kennedy, going very close to the far sideline. A ruck of players over there, and Nenagh gets it forward and eventually out over the line. Incidentally, the last goal scorer for Northmont was Stephen O'Connell, the midfielder, not the wing forward. Sideline cut send in towards the centre. Harty pulling on the far side of the field. The striped jerseys of the Northmont players making number 3 difficult to pick up at this stage, but certainly we continue with the action. That ball sent in and sent out. And that's the wing forward, Barry Hennebury, on this occasion, sending it between the posts. The man wearing the black helmet with the white trim, sending it between the posts. Donald Keogh with the puck out towards the Northmont 45-metre line. Battling for it on the side of the field is the man, that's the centre half back, Aidan Coughlin. Tries to work his way out of trouble. The wing back is there as well. That's Des Moynihan. A ruck of players inside, and eventually the ball cleared up by Northmont out towards this side of the field. Ball falling kindly for centre half back Sean Kennedy. Sends it across to the far side of the field. Paul Ryan going over to get it, and Paul is pushed to the back, so it's a free to Mark O'Leary. Death Nomad number Shinibas and Clehe Shohas. Mark sends it in and he has sent it over the bar. Mark O'Leary the scorer. 3 points from 3 frees by Mark O'Leary. His side lead by 1 point, 4-3 here in Buttevant. Aidan O'Driscoll's puck out towards the centre of the field. The clash of the axe won there by Damien Burke, but it's the North Mon men who come forward. The referee penalises the Nenagh CBS man for touching the hurley. So it's a free to the chop on the stick, so it's a free to North Mon. This free send in towards the goalwood. Hops inside, the umpire's looking, they eventually try to make up their mind. It's gone out over the end line, says one, it's a 65, says the other. So referee Pat Sexton raises the hand, or referee John Sexton raises the hand and awards the 65 to North Mon. Stephen O'Connell, a member of the Piercy Club, who won a minor title with Cork this year, sending that ball towards the Nenagh, sends it high and sends it over the bar. Stephen O'Connell the scorer. The 2nd point by Stephen O'Connell. 2 from Edmund, 2 from Barry Murphy makes 4. And the sides are tied up here at Buttevant. The ball out towards this side of the field. Into the middle, Patrick Hackett gets it at the 2nd attempt, sending it in towards the full forward, Johnny Statry. Racing out to get it as the goalkeeper, Aidan O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll from the Delaney's club, hand passed it out to the far side of the field. Coughlin from the Blackrock club, with the ball sent back in towards through Damien Burke into this side of the field. O'Leary sending it in low towards the corner. One inside by the fullback Jason Maloney, and clears it out towards the centre. Now it comes to this side of the field. Good control by O'Halpine. O'Halpine is onto the wing back, getting it up towards this side of the field. Up towards the other corner forward, Keelan Howard. Dispossessed, Sean Kennedy for Nenagh, getting it up the field, up towards the centre. Paul Ryan coming out for it, leaving it instead to Mark O'Leary. Turns inside, sends the ball to the direction of Paul Ryan. Good control from the far side of the field. The ball sent in towards the full forward. Johnny Statry keeps the ball on the far side of the field. Racing over to get his Pat Harrington, the cornerback, has in possession on the far side of the field. Harrington from Blarney in possession on the far side of the field. And tried to work his way out the field. Harty pulling on the far side of the field. The clash of the ash. And the ball eventually going very close to the far sideline. Paul Ryan sending it in towards the corner. Racing in there is Dermot Brislan. Tries to get the ball in play. Going very close to the end line. Being pushed off the wall inside by, looks like the fullback Jason Maloney. Yeah, he gets the ball out towards the far side of the field, very close to the line, gone over the sideline. Halfway through the first half, a sideline colour on the far side of the field. O'Leary into Damien Burke, has the shot, but it's to the right and wide. All players outside the 20-metre line for the puck out, coming from Aidan O'Driscoll out towards this side of the field. Look to be a push in the back there, but the referee leaves play go on this side of the field. It's with Brian Duff, trying to get a stick to it, half succeeding. Up it comes to this side of the field to Jimmy Walsh. Jamie is possessed there by the wing back Anthony Quinn, or Tony Quinn, flicks it back inside mid. Need him in there in numbers. Quinn is one of them, gets the ball in towards the centre. Johnny Statry not in the game up to now. The ball sent out towards the far side of the field. Johnny racing over to get it, trying to gain possession. North Mon are in possession. Statry knocking them off the play, flicking it out towards the centre, and North Mon regroup there through Aidan Coughlin out towards the centre. A little bit of holding on the far side of the field. Hugh Flannery over there for Nenagh. The ball on the far side of the field with Barry Hennebury. Gets it in towards the centre. O'Halpine keeps it along the ground. In towards the side of the field. Anthony Quinn coming out, shoveling it out ahead of him. Out towards the centre of the field. Pulled there by Hennebury. Across towards the side of the field to the corner forward. The corner forward is Gavin Quinlan. Quinlan is in possession. He's on his knees. He's won the free. Free about 33 metres out to the right of the post as he looks at it, sends it high, but he has sent it to the right and wide. A miss by Barry Hennebury. Substitution warming up the Northmont side, number 17, Noel Hart warming up on the sideline as Donald Keogh prepares to take the puck out. And puck out towards the centre of the field. Come on, in possession. It's O'Halpine sending it up towards the full forward position. Well read inside by David McGrath, the cornerback. Knocked off his stick out towards this side of the field. Quinlan for Northmont. Tried to gain possession, but picked up by the cornerback Keelan Howard. Turns direction of play, back out to this side of the field. The Northmont have their players there in numbers. That ball send in and send out over the end line and wide. That's the second wide by the Northmont players. And one thing coming from the man wearing number 12, Barry Hennebury. So actually it's not Barry, it's Gavin Quinlan who has switched corners. Noel Hart in the game for Northmont. The man to come off the Northmont side is their number 10, Jamie Walsh. So it's Noel Hart replacing Jamie Walsh. Sean Kennedy for Nenagh CBS. The money goal man trying to get a stick to it. A ruck of players in there. And the referee, I'm afraid, was watching play, and it comes out eventually to Hennebury. In possession on the far side of the field. Flicked off his stick by Damien Burke. In towards the far corner. Hughie Flannery in possession for Nenagh CBS. Turning inside and getting the ball out towards the centre of the field. Completing the clearance there is the midfielder Burke up towards this side of the field. First to react to it is John Ryan. Shot comes off him. John still battling for it. Being pushed out there a little bit by Garrod Cotter. Out towards the centre. Man without the stick on this side of the field. The ball falls for the number 12. That's Brian Duff. Tries to keep the ball low. Gets the second bite of the cherry. And the ball eventually with the Northmont. And they clear the ball out towards this side of the field. Garrett Harrington getting it out. Player being pushed off the ball. Patrick Hackett there. The referee eventually penalises the Brian Hart or Noel Hart for the holding offence, so it's a free to Nenagh. Patrick Hackett with the free, sending it into the sun and the eyes of the Northmont full back line. Pulled inside, picked up inside by the cornerback Garrod Cotter. Gets it out a little bit out towards the centre, completing the clearance. It's Coughlin for Northmont. Out towards the centre, out it comes to Padraig Hackett. Decides to have the shot, sends it in, and he has sent it out over the end line and wide. Nenagh CBS about to introduce a substitution. The ball out towards the centre. We've about to see Colin Martin coming on the Nenagh CBS side. A pull there from behind, says the referee, so it's a free to Northmont. Barry Hennebury with the free, sending it high, and he has sent it out over the end line and wide, and that's the fourth wide in quick succession for Northmont. The sides are level here at Buttevant. About 21 minutes gone in the first half. As Donald Close, puck out, comes down toward right down the centre. A push in the back on the wing forward, a corner forward, Paul Ryan, so it's a free. And the substitution now coming on, Colin Martin coming on the Nenagh CBS team. A switch of wing backs as well here on the team. We see that Hugh Flannery and Tony Quinn are switching wing back positions. The man to be called ashore, I think, is coming on my left.
I just taken before this one.
Brian Duff, the man being substituted by Colin Martin, as that ball is sent high and sent all the way. Mark O'Leary, the scorer. A good point by Mark O'Leary. Ball out towards the far side of the field. Pat Harrington getting a stick to it for them on this side of the field, with Mark O'Leary, the scorer of the lead point a moment ago. Cleared out towards this side of the field. Coming towards it and getting it on this side of the field is the wing back, Hugh Flannery. Leading it on this side of the field, picking it up is O'Leary. Still challenging for it, has the ball in the hand. Towards the full forward position. Battling for it inside is the full-back, corner-back, Garrod Cotter. Centre half back there, Aidan Coughlin. Picked up by the CBS men. In possession is Johnny Slattery, working away from the full-back. Shot, sends it in, sends it high, and he has sent it out over the end line and wide. A lot of good work there done by the half-forward line, but I'm afraid the finishing not matching the build-up. That's Aidan O'Driscoll with the puck out towards the centre of the field. North men are there in numbers. On this side of the field is Sean Kennedy. Tries to lift the ball. Not the ideal conditions to lift the ball in. Kept it on the ground. On this side of the field by Keelan Howard. To this side of the field it comes to Colin Martin. Shot half blocked down to John Ryan on this side of the field. The marker is the number 2, Garrod Cotter. The ball hand pass nicely to Colin Martin, a Port Row man to a Tommy Barrowman. The ball sent in towards the full forward position, but out comes the full-back Jason Maloney, the man from the Piercing, loses out there to the centre half forward. Centre half forward is Dermot Brislan, and the referee awards the free to the Piercing. The foul on the cornerback, Pat Harrington, as he came out. That mighty free sent out by Pat Harrington out to the far side of the field. Pat now operating in a full back position, and the referee awards the free. The foul about 44 metres out, to be taken by Barry Hennebury. 5-4 the score, and it's 5-3 on the clock. The ball sent high and sent all the bar. The equaliser coming from Barry Hennebury. Barry's third point, 3 from Barry and 2 from Stephen O'Connell for Northmund. The scores for Nenagh CBS: Mark O'Leary has 4 and Paul Ryan has 1. Donald Keogh with the puck out towards the centre. Licked away on the far side of the field. Burke, Damien Burke, tries to give the ball in play on the far side of the field. The ball gone over the line, off the stick of the midfielder, so it's a line ball to Northmund. Sideline cut in towards the centre. Flicked out towards this side of the field. Colin Martin on this side of the field in possession, sends it low in towards the wing forward position. John Ryan turns nicely inside the defender, sends the ball high towards Johnny Slattery in the full forward position. In there also is Brislan, the centre half forward. Back there is the goalkeeper, Aidan O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll has the ball in the hand. Waving play on is the referee, John Sexton, out towards the side of the field. Colin Martin gets a stick to it. John Ryan trying to get a stick to it. Back to the midfielder, Stephen O'Connell. O'Connell across the centre, and out comes Hughie Flannery. Loses possession of the ball, leaves the ball behind him. On this side of the field with Mark O'Leary. Mark shortening the grip on the stick, sending it in towards the full forward. Flicked off his stick inside. Northmont, centre half forward, Aidan Coughlin getting it out towards the centre of the field, or Colin as they call it in Cork. The ball out towards the far side of the field, picked up there by the wing back Tony Quinn, and pass it outside to Flannery. The other both wing backs out towards the centre of the field, picked up on this side of the field by the man wearing the blue helmet. Sends it up towards the corner. That's the midfielder, James Hughes. In possession of the corner there is the man wearing number 14, Dennis Murphy. Trying to get a boot to it. Keelan Howard for Nenagh CBS. Gets it out towards this side of the field. Out towards this substitution, Noel Hart. Noel turns inside, sends it high. Backs and forwards batting for it. Up goes the hand of the cornerback, David McGrath. Out towards the centre of the field. Racing to get ahead, Stephen O'Connell. O'Connell from the Pierce Street Club in Cork, sending it high in towards the Nenagh CBS goals. Backs and forwards batting for it. Donald Keogh gets a stick to it. Out it comes to Hugh Flannery, keeps it on the ground to the far side of the field, and a push in the back by the number 8 Stephen O'Connell on the number 13 Mark O'Leary. So it's a free to Nenagh CBS.
Close to half 3.
27 minutes gone in the first half as Hugh Flannery now operating at a right half back position, sends it towards the left half forward position. Come on, working their way out of trouble. The ball comes out to the corner forward. Mark O'Leary at wing forward, he's playing. The ball sent in towards Dermot Chrislan, flicked up by the goalkeeper, Aidan O'Driscoll. Going very close to the end line. Still in play on the far side of the field. Gets it out towards the centre. Johnny Slattery in possession for Nenagh. Look to be held. Advantage by the referee. Slattery has the shot. Flicks off the defender. Out towards this side of the field. Come on, coming out of defence of the ball. Colin Martin for Nenagh. On the ball in possession of the centre half back. That's Aidan Coughlin. Out towards the centre of the field. Pulled there by the other centre half back, Sean Kennedy. Not getting it across to the far side of the field. In towards the full forward, Dennis Murphy. Racing back to get it is the cornerback, David McGrath. Keeps it along the ground. Out towards this side of the field. Good ground hurling. Noel Hart in possession for Northmont. His shot is blocked down on this side of the field by Hugh Flannery. Being pushed off the wall. Back there is a midfielder, Paul J. Hackett, and the referee awards the free to Nenagh CBS. Certainly colleges hurling of a high standard here in Buttevant this afternoon. And puck sair of Flanora Conea Hogan, 45 metres out from the Northmont goals. Players battling for it. On this side of the field is James Ryan. Tries to turn inside the defender. Tries to turn inside the midfielder as well. That's Stephen O'Connell. Stephen pushes him off the ball. Harty pulling on this side of the field. The ball coming out a little bit. Out towards the centre. Keeps it on the ground by Mark O'Leary. Out to the far side of the field to Paul Ryan. Paul beaten on that occasion. Flicked up towards this centre. And there goes the half-time whistle. A half-time which leaves us on the scoreline of Northmont 5 points. Nenagh CBS 5 points.
Hello, dear.
Give me your name. State your name. Referee John Sexton about to start the second half of the North Monastry versus Nenagh CBS Harty Cup semi-final here in Buttevant. Few players still on the pitch, looking around to see if any changes on either side. The second half is underway. Over on this side of the field. Sent up by the centre half back, Aidan Coughlin. Up towards his centre forward position. He's been off the ball there as the referee has spotted as well. The ball out towards the centre. Picked up by Keelan Hall on the far side of the field. Sent up towards the man wearing number 18. That's Sean O'Brien on the near side. Sent up towards O'Brien again. And the ball eventually going over the sideline. Still on the line on the far side of the field. Sideline call on the far side of the field, sent in towards the 14-metre line. Paul Ryan in possession for Nenagh is foul, and that's the opening free of the second half. Mark O'Leary with the free, sends it in, and he has sent it over the bar. Mark O'Leary the scorer. Opening the scoring in the second half, as he just did in the first half. That's his 5th point. Aidan O'Driscoll with the puck out towards this side of the field. Clash of the ash in the centre of the field, won by the number 9, Damien Burke. Tries to get it in towards the centre, pulled by his midfield colleague, Patrick Hackett, across to the far side of the field. John Ryan going over to get it. Cleared out the field by Northmont wing-back Garrett Harrington. Out towards the far side of the field, and completing it up the field there is Stephen O'Connell. Up towards the full-back and full-forward positions. Falling inside for the cornerback. Trying to keep it all in play. Keelan Howard back on his own end line, very close to the end line. Keeps the ball out towards the centre. Bit of whooshing off the wall on the far side of the field. It's the Monmen try to gain possession, but it's won on the far side of the field by the centre half back Sean Kennedy. Getting it up along the far side of the field, pulling the air. Johnny Slattery racing it, keeps it around the ground. First to react to it is the centre half forward, Colwyn Martin, coming out to get it. In possession of Northmont, and they complete the clearance out towards the centre. Des Moynihan out towards this side of the field, won by the full forward Dennis Murphy, across to the far side of the field, nicely down inside, but well read by the fullback Donald Keogh. Out to the far side of the field, Hennebury for Northmont, trying to get around the number 7 Tony Quinn. Hennebury's delivering in towards the centre. Sean Kennedy for Nenagh gets the ball in the hand and sends the ball out towards the far side of the field. Centre back and centre forward battling for it. The ball breaks eventually this side of the field. Loose man outside this side of the field. Paul Ryan. Paul has the angle, has the shot, sends it in and sends it over. Paul Ryan the scorer. The second point for Paul Ryan. One scored in the first half and now one in the second. Nenagh CBS playing with the sun and rise in the second half, but the puck out comes from Aidan O'Driscoll. Towards this side of the field. Clash of the ash, won by Patrick Hackett. Mark O'Leary picking up the pieces, trying to get away from a marker, gets it back to Patrick Hackett. Across towards this side of the field to Paul Ryan. Takes it inside nicely.
John Ryan of the CBS there as well. Out on this side of the field. Picked up on this side of the field. Coming very close to the sideline. Anthony Quinn sends it in towards the centre. Pulled there by Mark O'Leary. Tries to get a second right of the cherry. Hennebury for Barry Hennebury for Northmont. Coming up the field of the ball. Man from Blackrock Club getting it in towards the corner. Loose man inside. That loose man is there, number 16, McCarthy. Very close to the end line. Kept in play there by the cornerback David McGrath. Out towards this side of the field. A loose man on this side of the field. That's Northmont's number 8. That's Stephen O'Connell. Hugh Flannery trying to get a stick to that one inside. And the referee penalises Sean Kennedy for a pull from behind, so it's a free in to Northmont. Referee John Sexton looking to his linesman on this side of the field. All mentors from behind the goals as Barry Hennebury with the free, sends it over the bar. Barry Hennebury the scorer, 4 points from Barry Hennebury of his side's total of 6, 7 for Nenagh CBS. 6 minutes gone in the second half as Donald Keogh's puck out, lodging on the 45-metre line. That's the Northmont 45-metre line on the far side of the field. Paul Ryan tries a juggling act with that ball, but cleared out the field by Coughlin, the centre half back. Harty pulling on the far side of the field. The ball not travelling very far. In possession of Damien Burke. Sends it up towards the corner. Johnny Statry trying to get a stick to it inside. The ball sticking inside. Out it comes to the side of the field to Paul Ryan. Look to have his stick held. Still Paul in possession. Turns on his knees. A son of the famous Denny. The ball sent in towards the end line. Out over the end line and wide.
Flicked it out.
Both sets of mentors on the sideline looking anxiously on. There's very little between these teams. Jerry Kelly and Nicky Barry of Northmont, Martin Slattery and Tony Slattery of Nenagh CBS. Aidan O'Driscoll, Culbara, Northmont with the puck out towards the centre of the field. Picking it up, Damien Burke on the far side of the field. One for Northmont, sends it in towards the centre forward position. Keelan Howard gets it out towards this side of the field, towards the wing forward position. Paul Ryan trying to get a stick to it. Coming in the centre was Mark O'Leary. Battling and getting it out is Aidan Coughlin out towards this side of the field. A little bit of pushing off the wall. Picked up inside nicely by the corner forward. His shot is blocked down as he hits that one. Tries to work his way inside. Referee leaving play go on. Northmont in possession, trying for the equaliser. Being hooked off the wall. Good defending there by Keelan Howard. Gets the ball out towards this side of the field, and that's very good work by the left cornerback. They're in the right cornerback position to prevent Northmont men finding the target.
Come on, man, that's better. Keep it up.
Stephen O'Connell with the sideline cut. Stephen cutting it right across the edge of the square towards O'Halpine. Puts up the hand for it. It's foul in possession, so it's a free in to Northmont, and certainly within the range of Barry Hennebury. His side trailing by a point. Will Barry be happy to tap this one over the bar? The strike by Barry is high and it's over the bar. The sides are level here at Sullivan, thanks to that man, Barry Hennebury.
Referee happy that all the mentors have been removed from behind the goals. He's now, we await the puck out. Donald Coe out towards the centre of the field. Sent right down the centre. O'Halpine going for it. In possession. Flicked off the stick nicely by Hughie Flannery. Out towards the centre. Sean Kennedy trying to get a stick to it. Picked up by the full forward, Dennis Murphy. Send in off the knee from Dennis Murphy. It all started with O'Halpine, to O'Halpine. He found Dennis Murphy and the ball over the bar from the full forward, Dennis Murphy. Out towards this side of the field. Coming to get ahead on this side of the field is the number 9, that's James E. Hughes. James Hughes sending it up, 10 minutes gone in the second half. The ball going very close to the sideline. Still on play on this side of the field. It's picked up by the corner forward, John McSweeney, sending it across the centre as Northmont rain on goals. That ball sent in, hops and goes out over the end line and wide. Brian Hogan with the puck out towards this side of the field. Coming to get it, Padraig Hackett. Sends it up towards the corner forward position. Colvin Martin trying to get a stick to it. But it's Harrington of Northmont getting it up towards this side of the field. Towards the midfielder. In progress at the cornerback, Padraig Harrington. Sends it out towards the full forward position. Up comes Donald Coe, flicks it out a little bit. Sean Kennedy staying with him. O'Halpine in possession for Northmont, wins the free. And certainly that looks to be the danger or turning point from a Northmont point of view. They certainly have found the exploits of the Nenagh CBS centre half back as the free is to Barry Hennebury. Can this be Barry's 6th point? It's gone over the bar by Barry Hennebury. 6 points for Barry Hennebury. Of his side's total of 9. 7 points for Nenagh CBS. Puck out towards the centre of the field. O'Halpine, it's to O'Halpine getting it in towards the full forward position. Donald Coe trying to get a stick to it, succeeds, gets it out a little bit. Northmont try to regroup inside, but away comes the wing back position. I think it is, it's the wing back, yes it is. Tony Quinn on this side of the field, trying to keep the ball in play. The ball has gone over the sideline. A line ball to Nenagh. Sideline cut taken there by Padraig Hackett. Sent towards this side of the field. That's actually Ash. Mark O'Leary trying to get a stick to it. Colin Martin trying to get a stick to it. Back it comes to this side of the field to Stephen O'Connell. O'Connell delivering up towards the corner back position. Picked up by the corner forward. Tony Quinn for Nenagh, getting it out towards the centre. O'Halpine racing for it. That's Toe O'Halpine. Has difficulty in lifting it. Hennebury, Barry Hennebury coming for it on this side of the field, turning nicely inside. A nice striker of the ball. Barry Hennebury sending it right across to the far side of the field. Across towards the centre, the man in possession. Racing away from their challenges. That ball to the right and wide. All the good work, I'm afraid, coming to naught at the end. But the Northmont opening up that's the substitution. Noel Hart sending it to the right and wide. Conditions ideal here in Buttevant as the ball comes out towards this side of the field. Racing up along this side of the field is the wing back. That's Garrett Harrington. To his wing forward, Barry Hennebury. Across towards the full forward position, Keelan Howard trying to get a stick to it. Hughie Flannery for Nenagh CBS in possession on the far side of the field, and Hughie comes away with the ball. Coming up the field with the ball from a wing back position. Sending the ball low towards the centre. Picked up by the midfielder, Stephen O'Connell. Being hooshed off the ball on the far side of the field with Northmont. Very close to the far sideline. Still trying to work their way upfield. Succeeds. And the long delivery towards the full back and full forward. The full forward is Dennis Murphy. Gets a stick to it. Out to the far side of the field. Sent right in across towards the side. A low dipping shot. Blocked by the goalkeeper Hogan. A good save by Brian Hogan. A blind blank save there by Brian Hogan. Out towards the side of the field. It comes to Mark O'Leary. O'Leary gets away from two players. One of those is O'Halpine. O'Leary still in possession. The ball sent in towards the centre. Johnny Snatchery trying to get it inside. Inside there is Colin Martin. Out comes the goalkeeper, Aidan O'Driscoll. Loses possession. The ball going hither and thither inside. O'Driscoll has gone down. The referee is racing in. I think the referee, John Sexton, will throw in that ball. Throw in between the centre back and centre forward. It comes down to this side of the field. Venus number 9. That's Damien Burke, sends it high and sends it over the bar. Damien Burke, the scorer. He's opening point of the game. 9 for Northmont. 8 for Nenagh CBS. The substitution on the Northmont team. Just seeing who's going up. I know who has come on. The man that has come on is Sean Kenriff. The ball out towards the centre. A little bit of hooshing off the ball. Donald Coe gets it out to this side of the field. Anthony Quinn for Nenagh gets it up towards this side of the field, towards Paul Ryan. Looked to be pushed in the back. Was pushed, says the referee. Foul there by the cornerback or wing back, so it's a free to Nenagh CBS. Mark O'Leary with the free. Quite a long distance out, sends it in towards the goals, pulled inside by Colwyn Martin. The ball dipping around the square. Inside is the goalkeeper, on his knees. The referee is going in, and I think we may have a throw in after all that, because certainly the ball seemed to go dead for a little while in there. The referee is coming out, he's awarding a penalty. I think he may be awarding a penalty. Yes, that looks like the decision. Referee John Sexton is awarding a penalty to Nenagh. Mark O'Leary, his side. Trailing at this stage. Will he go for the goal, or will he be happy to tap it over the bar? Mark tries the blistering shot, saved inside, and eventually cleared off by the cornerback on the far side of the field. That's Garrod Cotter, very close to the far sideline, got off over the line. There's a Northmont player on the deck inside. Sideline cut on the far side of field, send in, but send all over the end line and wide. 9 points to 8 here. 20 minutes of the second half, 10 minutes to go in this college's hurling semi-final, and North Monagh are about to introduce 2 substitutions. They're certainly warming up 2 subs at the moment. They're waiting for their goalkeeper Aidan O'Driscoll to take the puck out. Aidan O'Driscoll with the puck out towards the centre of the field. The ball sent in towards Paul Ryan, not getting it in the first attempt. The ball on this side of the field. Coughlin for North Monagh towards Henry. One on this side of the field by Quinn. Quinn in towards the left man, that's James Ryan. John Ryan it is, a shot that's gone over. John Ryan the scorer. The man from Portrose sending it between the posts. A good score by the wing forward to put it between the posts. The sides are level here at Bullivant, 9 points apiece. The last one coming from the wing forward, John Ryan. Aidan O'Driscoll, little under 9 minutes to go here in Bullivant. The ball out towards this side of the field. High fielding on this side of the field by the number 9, that's James Hughes. The man from Blarney, plays a bit of football with it, gets it up towards the far side of the field. In possession is Hugh Flannery, going back towards his own goals, but sending the ball right up the centre, towards the 13, that's 13 is Mark O'Leary. Turns inside, sends the ball in towards the full forward position. Colin Martin racing to get it. Out comes the goalkeeper, gets the ball in the hand, that's Aidan O'Driscoll. Shot is blocked down by Johnny Slattery, and the referee awards the free to Aidan O'Driscoll. The free taken out by Cash Harrington, the cornerback, out towards the far side of the field. North Monagh in possession. Loose men outside them on this side of the field. They still try to work their way through. Donald Keogh tries to come to it, gets a stick to it, half clears it out the field, out towards the centre. Sean Kennedy for Nenagh, gets it out towards the centre of the field, on the far side of the field. The ball falling kindly for the number 7, Des Moynihan, tries to get a stick to it, being hooshed off the ball, picked up by Mark O'Leary, now over on the middle of the field, hooshed the ball inside. James Ryan for Nenagh CBS, and eventually comes to Mark O'Leary, sidesteps one challenge and gets the ball in towards the corner forward position. Good fielding there by the number 8. Damien Burke sending it in towards the goals, blocked inside by the goalkeeper Aidan O'Driscoll. His shot is half blocked down, and the ball comes out to the far side of the field. Over there is a man wearing number 18, that's Sean O'Ryan for Nenagh. Gets the ball, goes astray, cleared out by the Garrod Cutter, the cornerback, out to the far side of the field. Keelan Howard trying to get a stick to it. Over there is Barry Henry for North Monagh. Barry cutting his way in along the end line. Still Barry tries the low dipping shot, comes off the defender, picked up inside by the cornerback, that's David McGrath, out to the far side of the field. Good fielding on the far side of the field by Nenagh CBS. A bit of hooshing off the ball, the referee awards the free, or is he awards, allows the advantage, but the ball is sent to the right and wide. I thought for a moment he did call for the free, but the advantage given by John Sexton, and the ball went to the right and wide. The ball out towards this side of the field. Colin Martin trying to get a stick to it. Paul Ryan keeps it moving along the ground. The North men try to regroup. The ball sticking in the mud momentarily. It comes to this side of the field. Nicely cut on this side of the field by Colin Martin. Sends it in towards the centre. James Ryan battling for it. Nicely done inside by the number 13. That's Mark O'Leary. Mark working his way in. A hand pass to a loose man. He must score from there. A challenge of the goalkeeper. A shot. And the ball gone over the bar. It should have been a goal. He knows he's missed it. But a good pass by Mark O'Leary. And Johnny Slattery had the word goal written over that shot, but he fluffed the occasion and sent the ball over the bar. Ten to 9 the score. That's not the time on the clock. There's 24 minutes 24 seconds gone in the second half. Jerry Murphy, the North Mun, or Jerry Kelly, the North Mun coach, takes a slug at the bottle on the sideline. I'm sure he's feeling the pressure. Likewise, Tony Statry and Martin Statry, not related, just same names. The ball out towards the centre of the field. The ball hidden in by Hugh Flannery, picked up on the far side of the field by the Monmen. That's Aidan Coughlin, sends it up towards the side of the field. Out comes the cornerback Keelan Howard, trying to get a stick to it. Donal Keogh for Nenagh, gets it out towards Sean Kennedy. Harty backing on the far side of the field. Colvin Martin back there helping. The ball out on the far side of the field with Sean O'Brien. O'Brien's delivery up towards the centre. A loose man out there. That loose man is Johnny Statry. Tries to work his way towards goals. He knows where the goals are. He has a loose man outside him. He tries to hand pass it outside. Succeeds in getting out to this side of the field. The ball on the ground. Send in and send over the bar. A good shot off the ground by Damien Burke. That's a great score by Damien Burke. But Johnny Statry, the man who started the move, and Damien sending it over the bar. 11-9 here in Buttevant. That all started with Keelan Howard from a cornerback position. We're back with the action. We're back with Aidan O'Driscoll's puck out towards the centre of the field. Anthony Quinn trying to get a stick to it. Succeeds. Gets it inside the field. Ball being pushed off the stick. Harty pulling on this side of the field as a Nenagh CBS man on the deck. Out towards this side of the field. Damien Burke coming for it. Pushing his way forward. The man from Templeberry in possession, going up along the end line. Sends the ball in over his shoulder. A loose man inside there. It's the corner forward, Paul Ryan. Also in there is James Ryan, the wing forward. Harty pulling inside of the ball, comes out eventually, out to this side of the field. Burke tries to keep the ball on the ground, sends it to a colleague, that's O'Leary, sends that one in, and he has sent it to the left and wide. A missed opportunity by Mark O'Leary. Aidan O'Driscoll with the puck out. Colin Martin back in the action following that knock. The ball very close to the far sideline as Hugh Flannery gets a stick to it. O'Brien over there, Sean O'Brien battling for it with the North Mon. Coughlin tries to get the ball in towards the centre. Eventually comes in right in towards the centre. Racing out to get it on this side of the field, leaving it outside to Paul Ryan. Paul scored up 2-1 in the quarter final. Has scored 2 points this afternoon, has the shot from that distance, sends it in, sends it high, blocked inside by the central defenders and cleared out by the fullback Jason Maloney. Out towards the centre, the number 8 is Stephen O'Connell, has difficulty in lifting the ball. The referee is waiting for the ball to come out. It eventually comes out courtesy of the man wearing number 4, Pat Harrington, out to the far side of the field, and the referee penalises Hugh Flannery for a pull from behind, so it's a free to North Mon. 11-9. 28 minutes gone, the free is quickly taken in around the small parallelogram or the large parallelogram. The ball on the far side of the field. Hugh Flannery trying to get a stick to it, getting it out towards the far side of the field. Keelan Howard getting it up along the far sideline. Out comes the centre. Good running in the centre of the field, and Nenagh keep it moving towards the side of the field. The ball goes astray on this occasion. It's sent in by the number 8, Stephen O'Connell. Sent high, but that one hops and goes out over the end line and wide. St. Coleman's Fermoy await the winners of today's game on the 18th of March in a Harty Cup final. It may be here if it's North Mon versus Nenagh CBS. It may be in Charleville if it's North Mon versus... Sorry, if it's North Mon versus... Charleville out to the centre of the field. Blocked down there by the number 9, Damien Burke. To Colin Martin. Send it in, sends it high, backs and forwards, batting for inside. Picked up inside nicely, a shot! Oh! Comes off the post, it came off the post, it's still around the box. The ball came off the post, and eventually North Mon regroup on the far side of the field with Garrod Cotter. Certainly that would look to be destined for the top of the net as Colin Martin sends another one in. He sends this one high, the umpire's looking, it's to the right and wide. And certainly that looked destined for the top right hand corner of the net as we look at it from here. But safety first for North Mon as they get the ball out towards the side of the field to Aidan O'Driscoll. 29 minutes gone in the second half. Barry Hillery in possession for North Mon. Turns inside, staying with him is Quinn. 29 minutes 44 seconds. Hugh Flannery for Nenagh CBS tries to get a stick to that one. Cleared out the field. The ball out towards the centre of the field to Colin Martin. Leaves the ball behind him. Mark O'Leary coming for it, but it's Northman in possession. So Stephen O'Connell. Stephen O'Connell trying to work his way up the field. Flicks the ball outside, and Luxman on the far side of the field. Racing over there to get his Mark O'Leary. The shot sent in, but that one is right and wide, and a very bad miss by the Northman. As we approach the 30th minute, that ball coming in from Gavin Quinlan. Out towards the centre of the field, the puck out comes. Possession vital at this stage. The ball coming very close to the sideline. Kept in play on this side of the field by Paul Ryan. Paul is hooked, or almost hooked as he hits that one. The 14 is Dennis Murphy staying back with him. The ball picked up by Hennery. He's the wing forward now, helping out the defence. The ball out towards the centre of the field. The referee looks at his watch. We're in injury time. The ball out on this side of the field with Mark O'Leary. Mark has the shot, sends it high, and he has sent it over the bar. Mark O'Leary, the scorer. That's the 5th or the 6th point for Mark O'Leary. His first from play, 5 from frees and 1 from play. The 12th point. 54 seconds into injury time. John Sexton looks at the watch. The puck out comes from Aidan O'Driscoll. Out towards the centre. Is there a goal in Northmont to tie up this game? The ball sent in towards the full forward position. Picked up inside, working his way in is the Northmont men. Still trying to work their way in, sends that ball high and sends it over the bar. A good score by the centre or wing forward Noel Hart to send it over the bar. 12-10, we're on countdown here in Buttevant. All eyes on the referee. There was injury time. 31 minutes, 32 seconds we have played. As John Sexton checks the watch. The ball out towards the centre of the field. It's vital at this stage. The ball towards the centre half forward position. Burke in possession for Nenagh CBS. He can seal it from that distance. Damien Burke has the shot, sends it in and sends it over the bar. Damien Burke the scorer. The 3rd point from Damien Burke. The big midfielder who is now operating in a full forward position. Out the ball comes towards this side of the field. Colin Martin trying to get a stick to it. John Sexton still waits for that ball. The ball is sent in by Sean Kennedy. It's all over. And Nenagh CBS are in a Northmont, a beaten Northmont to reach the Harty Cup final for their first time ever. 13 points to 10 here at Buttevant. They play St. Coleman's of Fermoy in the final on March the 18th.
Is a Monday. Not at all, the 17th part. That's where the money came from. Yeah.
A beaten Northmont to reach the Harty Cup final for their first time ever. 13 points to 10 here at Buttevant. They play St. Coleman's of Fermoy in the final on March the 18th.
Is a Monday. Monday. Not at all, the 17th part. That's where the money came from. Yeah, here, exactly.
Can I say something, sir?
All right,
I've never seen as good a switch before.
There you
We can do it. We can do it. Actually. We can do it. We can do it.
I said it in comment, you heard me. Watch me distance, right. Martin Hudner, acting principal. The ultimate achieved, a Harty Cup final for Nenagh CBS.
It's wonderful today. We haven't achieved it yet. We're in the final and we're thrilled with today's performance. They put up a wonderful heart-warming, heart-stopping at times, and we look forward to a tremendous day. And there's an awful lot more where that came from, because they gave only about 75% of what they're capable of. So we'll look forward to the final. And St. Coleman's won't bother us one whit. We'll take them in our turn.
Interesting to hear that come from a Cork man, but nonetheless, you played the game in Buttevant, the home of Cork. Did you feel that you gave them away advantage by playing in a Cork venue?
Well, now we have wise people behind the scenes, and they chose this as saying that it was a good pitch and that they'd handle it. They're not afraid of teams, and a little matter of grounds won't bother them at all. So we're not really bothered. We'll take on St. Coleman's in Thurles. We'll invite them to come to Tipperary.
Coming up here today, I suppose, more than anything else, you had a school behind you. You had a small school, Northmon, the home of hurling, the nursery of hurling in Cork. You certainly must have been worried at half-time particularly.
Well, just a little. It was level at half-time, and I suppose at the end of the day there are 15 aside. And if we felt we had good hurlers, then why should we be afraid of anybody? We didn't start the second half. We were timing our efforts very, very well, and they finished brilliantly.
Absolutely.
There's one man missing from your lineup today, and that's Brother, your superior. So I'm sure you would like to say a word or two to Brother Casey.
Yes. Jack, if you're looking, and sure, with the help of God, sometime shortly you'll be looking, and we wish you all the very best and a speedy recovery to health. You'll be back with us with the help of God for the final. Yeah.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Grand. Okay. Two men that made today's victory possible, Tony Slattery, Martin Slattery. No connections, but nonetheless, the men who performed and who did the backwork team on this team. Tony, first of all, I suppose coming up today, you had to do your groundwork. You had to prepare your team well. It started for you many months ago.
Well, I suppose it all started back in September, only a couple of weeks into September when we started back in the school term, and we kind of set our stall at the very beginning of the year that we wanted to be in a Harty Cup final, and not just to be in it but to win it. And that's the goal that we set the lads at the very beginning of the year, because we knew the kind of potential that was there, and we didn't want to let this year slip. We didn't want to let the opportunity pass, and I must say the lads have responded and done their part, and they've trained very hard right from the very word go, and they've picked it up again after Christmas, and today is kind of just reward for all the effort that they're after putting into the game.
You, a man who would be familiar with the hurling from a cornerback position, Martin would be familiar from hurling from a forward position. Did you combine well on the field to make the right decisions?
Well, I suppose today is justification for saying that, Dory. Our move, I think, worked today. Other days, those things don't go so well for you. But today, I suppose if you're talking about that one moving Pádraig Cackett, it worked, okay, and it worked today. But there's other days when things don't go your way. But what we kind of said to the lads is that we want every single one of them to put in as much effort as they possibly could give on the day of a match. And in any of the games that we've played, we took on Lismore and we took on Middleton twice, and today again, we asked them to give their all and to give it every ounce of energy they had. And at the end of the day, those kind of things tell, whether you make the right switches or not, you know.
Caleb, over here.
Martin, I suppose ground hurling, but ground hurling in the month of February, not ideal, but Nenagh CBS performed well on the ground today, in the air and everywhere else.
Well, I think they performed exceptionally well, because that pitch, while it's a fine pitch in dry weather, certainly I think the underfoot conditions there today was very, very difficult, both for ground hurling and for rising the ball. But I think they performed heroically in the circumstances.
5-all at half-time, not a high-scoring game, but nonetheless, you must have had said some hair-raising words at half-time. Could you give us a spider on the wall or a fly on the wall episode of what went on at half-time?
I think Martin Hodder mentioned that at half-time we felt that the team had given us roughly, I would say, 60% of what they were worth. They certainly had played better against Middleton, and we knew that at 5-all against half-time, I had no qualms of conscience at all. But if the team rose their game, which they were capable of doing, that we would still beat Northmon. And while there were moments in the second half, you know, when things looked cagey enough, still they rose to the occasion with 10 minutes to go. And I think we saw the real Nenagh CBS, I believe, in the last quarter of an hour, when every one of them gave 100%.
Martin, as well as that, I suppose today's game, you had the support. I mean, it's the school of North Tipperary, but you got the support of other clubs, other parishes, other schools.
That's right. Well, I would like to say a sincere thanks to all the surrounding parishes for all the help that they have given us, not only in following the teams, but I would say even in collecting money over the last month. It has been